Well, hey there. Having some organic green tea this morning with lime, trying to unclog my throat. Today is day 369 of our 365-day Do One Thing a Day That Scares You challenge, the Daily Scare Share. Excuse me. I didn't realize I had a cough. We set out a little over a year ago today I set out a little over a year ago today to stretch my comfort zone, to stop being stopped by fear, stop being afraid of everything, stop stopping myself and getting in my own way from creating the actual life that I want, and just putting up with the way things are. And I'd been guilty of that in the past in a really big way, but I found myself slipping back into that behavior, into those habits that cause me to just go along with, what's going on, what everybody else is doing, even if it isn't 100% right for me. And I decided that I was living in a really huge rut, and my daughter helped me out by finding this book on my bookshelf and saying, "Hey mom, cool book," which was pretty much code for, "Mom, you're living in a rut, you better do something about it. This looks like a really fun, easy way to do it." And so I decided that I would every day hop on Facebook Live and share whatever the task was, or the challenge, or the activity, or the thought, or the saying, or the belief, or the checklist, or the grid, or the quiz, or the perspective shifting way of looking at something differently to help me stretch my comfort zone and to get over the fear of doing Facebook Lives, to share with you the incredible, cool things I was discovering about myself, because that's what our life is all about. It's really a journey of self-discovery, and how it allowed me, just by doing one little thing a day, to bust out of my comfort zone and not freak out, and not let things that bothered me in the past help me to understand that they just don't matter, because nobody else cares. Nobody else is paying attention. We get so caught up in what other people think, and thinking that other people think about us a whole lot more than they ever do. Remember, everybody else is all in their own head. They don't have time to be worrying and fretting about you. Now, there are those occasional people that like to mess with you and get in your business, but just get away from them. You don't have to participate with them, and you don't have to let them bother you. So what have we got today in our Do One Thing a Day That Scares You journal? It says, it's a sayings day. It says, handy dandy magnifying glass. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus, I can't even say it. Epictetus said this. Epictetus. Epictetus. Boy, that was a mouthful for me this morning. So, I love this topic, and here's why. It says what I would be, and then you have to fill in, what do I be? What do I want? What do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to show up as in this world? And then it says what I have to do. So we have to think about this, and what I love about this, it's one of my favorite topics. So many of us think that we have to have something in order to do something, in order to be something. I'll give you an example. Most of the business owners, and me included in the past, have thought we have to have money in order to do what we want to do with our business so that we can be a successful business owner and make more money. Backwards. It's totally backwards. We have to be the person that can attract the money and the resources to create what it is that we want in our business, so we can have and create the business that we want. So we think backwards. We think we have to have all these things in order to do and create and be what we want, but it's just the opposite. We have to be who we want to be first, and then we'll know what to do to create and make that who we want to be a reality. I don't know if I explained that very well, but it's clear in my mind. So instead of it being have, do, be, how most people think of it, it's be, do, have. So who do I want to be? Maybe I want to be example of love and light in the rest of the world. That is my personal one. I know it's funny, but that's what I want to be. I want to be a good example of love and light and an awesome human being. I want to be a great cook. Maybe you want to be a great parent. Of course, we all want to be a great parent. Maybe you want to be a great entrepreneur, a great business owner. Whatever it is, decide what that is. Get a picture of that in your mind. Imagine in every detail that you can what it's like to be that. Then ask yourself, well, what do I have to do to be that person? Well, the first thing I do is I start researching and I find other people that have already achieved what it is that I want and who are already being like super successful. Say I want to be a great cook. Well, I'm going to look for and find and study people who are awesome cooks. And I'm going to find out, what do they do? What do they think? What do they feel? How do they act? What do they learn? What do they study? What do they read? You know, what are their habits? And then I'm going to ask myself, well, does that feel right to me? And then I'm going to do those things too, because if I do those things and take those actions that they've taken, because they've already paved the way to success in that being a great cook, then I know that I can become a great cook too. And we can do that with anything and everything. And we do. We just might not do it consciously. So think back, if you're having a hard time with this concept, think back to your past, something that you want, or think of something that you are right now. Say you're I'm an engineer. So say you're an engineer or whatever job you have. You're already that. You're already successfully being that. Well, you weren't born a successful engineer, right? At least I know I wasn't. I had to go to college a long time for that. So, you know, we're born not knowing how to do anything. So that's proof that whatever you are right now, you had to learn that. Well, how did you get there? Well, you imagined that you could do it or you could be it. I imagined I could be an engineer. And then I asked myself, okay, well, what do I have to do to become and make that what I want to be a reality for me? Well, I got to study math and science, and I got to go to college, and I got to study things like physics and chemistry and biology and math. And I think I said math. I got to learn to write and not say, I have to learn all kinds of things to get those skills, to understand those skills, and then become and be an engineer. So, you know, I'm an engineer. Well, admit I don't use much engineering, but I am an engineer. So we do that with anything. Think back in your past. Think about something that you've successfully done. And, you know, wow, I wasn't born knowing how to do that. So obviously I can learn it. So whatever it is that you want to be in the future, all you have to do is say, okay, I'm already it. Because as soon as you get the idea, you already are. You've already got the seed of greatness in you of whatever you want. So if you can imagine something, you can make it a reality in your life. If you follow the be, do, have order. So be and know what you have to be, what characteristics, what virtues, what habit, whatever you have to be the person that you want to show up as in the world. Then you'll know what to do because you'll get inspired action. You'll know, okay, well, this is the book I need to read. This is the person I need to talk to. This is the place I need to go. This is the school I need to attend. This is the class I need to take. This is the guru or course or whatever I need next to get me to where I want to go. That's it. One thing a day to stretch our comfort zone. Today, it's all about first saying to yourself, this is what I want to be, then doing what you have to do to make it a reality and have it show up and manifest in your life. All right, have a fantastic day. Don't be scared. You know you've got this. I know you've got this. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Pajama Crab is Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, by the way. Out.